Hello, my name is Erica Schnettler, and my research presentation is on how teachers can better support students with disabilities in learning to become self-determined learners. As a special education paraprofessional looking to obtain my certifications in special education and early childhood education, I know that teachers can improve academic progress by providing students with disabilities in learning scaffolded instruction, accommodations, and modifications. I wanted to discover how teachers can improve behavior and help those same students become self-determined learners. I learned that self-determination is a combination of self-regulation and goal setting. Students with high self-determination behaviors achieve better in school, have more positive adult outcomes, and have strong goal setting and self-assessment behaviors. Through this research presentation, I wanted to figure out if there was already a self-determination curriculum set that I could possibly implement to my 5th and 6th grade students with learning disabilities to possibly improve their self-determination. I was happy to discover that Gloria Campbell Watley, special education professor at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, had indeed developed such a curriculum. Her curriculum was set through a series of lessons that addresses the advocacy needs of students by providing exercises in the specifics of their disability that assist them in coping with and understanding their characteristics. Each lesson included a pre and post test, open discussion, strategy and/or methodology, and activities for exploration towards self-determination. Her curriculum lessons included Lesson 1, What does it mean to have a disability in learning? Lesson 2, Successful people with disabilities in learning. Lesson 3, Characteristics related to a disability in learning. Lesson 4, Getting into a special education program. Lesson 5, Knowing my strengths and weaknesses. Lesson 6, Problem scenarios and self-advocacy. And Lesson 7, Strategies for handling anger. I believe Campbell Watley chose to include these lesson plans in the self-determination curriculum because she felt that they would best support the advocacy efforts for students with disabilities once they understand their strengths and weaknesses and how that affects their learning ability. The study on self-determination was conducted in a school district in the Midwest. Teachers applied the curriculum through a 7-week period, 3 days a week, for 30 minutes per day. The study included 14 students, 9 of which were diagnosed with a learning disability and 4 with labeled a mild mental impairment. The study took place in 3 special education classrooms, 1 6th grade elementary classroom, 1 middle school classroom, and 1 high school classroom. At the end of the self-determination curriculum study, teachers felt that students resulted very positively from the course. All students recorded proficient on the lesson post-test, scoring anywhere from 100 to 80%. Teachers reported most students found Lesson 2, Successful People Living with Disabilities and Learning, to be the most interesting. Lastly, teachers reported many students felt the program helped them understand their disability and better advocate for themselves. One high school student said, I always wanted to know what to say to a teacher who thought I was being lazy. If I could just tell her what I need to do to get help. Well, I was able to tell her, and she did not call me lazy. In conclusion, I believe that teachers can improve student behavior through number 1, self-determination as represented in this presentation, 2, having an autonomy supportive classroom based on choice rather than control, and 3, by having a growth mindset, believing in the power of yet as opposed to having a fixed mindset. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.